Welcome to Open Up Forum, where we talk about anything and everything and give you a godly perspective on it. Today, we back in action. We missed last week, and I'm here with my co-host here, Ronald McConaughey. He on the end. And we also got Rob, the little lion, in the house, and his cousin, Kenny. Kenny, what's your last name?
Handy.
Kenny Handy. Okay, Kenny Handy. All right. How you doing, bro?
Good.
Welcome back.
That's
Welcome
my mama's
back.
maiden name, so
Oh, okay.
don't make no fun of it. Or nothing like
I
that.
ain't making fun. I just didn't know it.
People. He's got
Hey, Rob, Why you on the defense today? Early day. That's it.
No, yeah, I heard a little hesitation when he said handy. I like
Handy. Because you know why?
handy.
They like to mess with that.
No, handy. I knew another
Like
handy.
Handy.
I knew another handy. That's why. I was like,
The name's
handy.
You
That's
don't
why I
get too many
paused for a
handies.
second.
There's a whole bunch of us. Trust me.
Yeah, I knew another handy, but I didn't.
Where are you from?
I don't know.
North Cap,
You
well,
said
all
you-
over the
where's
place.
the handy you know from?
Oh, I just knew him from school. That's it.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
in Roselle.
I ain't. I ain't know him personally.
Maybe they might be your people.
Possible. We got a lot of us.
But anyway,
Very possible.
we here another week on a simple conversation of what you believe. Right?
Yeah.
That's it. So I guess we get started because we know this can run 2 hours easy, but we ain't running no 2-hour show.
No,
today.
man, I gotta get home,
But,
finish
you know,
eating.
I gotta-
man. I gotta eat that Thanksgiving.
Dang, boy,
Finish it off.
you still working on it?
How was everybody's Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Good.
just
Very
to
good.
yeah.
Everybody had the basics: turkey and ham, and
Yeah.
some people have pot roast, and some people have lasagna, and all this other stuff. When I
Lasagna?
came up, it was nothing but like turkey, ham, macaroni and cheese, collard greens. You would have rice. You would have potato salad. You have stuffing. You have maybe you have some homemade stuffing. You have cranberries. It was like
Cranberry
when I-
sauce. Can't do
Cranberry.
nothing without the cranberry sauce.
Right. So it was
The
basic for
cranberry
me.
sauce
Now
too.
today, man, it's so
A little
much
bit
different
here.
with Thanksgiving.
Uh,
Today is like
It's more about
smorgasbord.
family than food right now.
yeah,
Today.
Well,
Which
yeah,
it
but
should be because
it's
you
supposed to
know,
be like that.
Thanksgiving
That's
was
what-
really
that
like
anyway,
when they
but I'm
killed the
just talking-
Indians. So
I'm just
you know.
talking specifically about the food portion
Right,
of coming up.
Yeah.
How they kept it simple.
Mm.
Now today it's like, man, you got to. It's not just turkey anymore. It's not just ham anymore. It's some people don't even do turkey anymore.
Some people don't even do the ham.
They don't
either.
do the ham
Right.
either.
Most
You
people
know.
don't do that.
So it's just like they do like a small chicken or something, you
Mhm.
know. And some people don't even have any kind of bird at all. They just like to have beef. Or
Some
something.
people do like the
Yeah.
turkey wings.
Well, I
turkey
think
wings
that's
really
cultural based too.
Mm.
Whatever culture you're in, I know a lot of Hispanics do pork.
That
They do. They-
pork roast thing.
Yeah, the roasted pork,
Stop be banging, bro.
and it do be banging. I ain't gonna lie,
I ain't gonna lie about that.
it's good in season.
Yeah, I had chitlins too. I had any chitlins.
No,
Nah,
pork ain't no-
that's his thing.
That I do eat chitlins, but I ain't had it since my grandmother passed. Lord have mercy. I do.
I can't eat
I ain't
nothing
gonna-
that smell like that, bro.
Yeah, it don't smell like that when you put it in your mouth. I tell you that.
It smell like that when you
Yeah. That's why you cook chitlins.
What it
So
smell
you
like
know-
when you start and when you finish cooking it, it's not the same thing.
No, it's
That's for
not.
sure.
It's not.
That's for sure.
But
That's
the
why
fact
you-
that
I'm not
it's-
telling anybody
the
eat
fact
chitlins.
that-
I'm not saying that
the
at
fact
all.
that it
That's-
smells like that is
I'm just saying black
But
people
you
can
There's a
cook.
reason to smell that way.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
definitely
is.
a reason.
Black people
Definitely-
can cook.
Definitely a reason.
That's all I
and
can
if
know
you're
say.
not
when you-
careful
if you
with
know
how
when
you
it come
clean it,
Yeah,
you'll
that's
find
it.
out
You
why.
find out why. Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, though,
You get some corn
there's
in there and you ain't
people
put no
that
corn in
that-
there. If you know what
The
I mean.
cultures are mixing. The cultures are blending.
Yeah.
You know, because you got so many people intermarrying different cultures,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
then you got some people that just picking up another culture and bringing it into their own household, and they're not intermarried with anybody.
Yep.
They just want to try it out. You know.
Yep. But
I
that's
mean,
basically
Thanksgiving is about family.
yeah. But it is
Most
about
Always
being
have
thankful.
been.
No, it
That's happening.
always hasn't been, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
always have been.
well, you know,
always been
Thanksgiving really started from some really, really foul stuff. You know, that's
Not
where it came from.
originally.
Yeah, that's where it came from
not
originally.
original.
Yes, originally. Yes, originally where it
Okay,
came
good.
from.
I would like to hear what you think.
To right now, Thanksgiving is a day of mourning for the
For the
for the
indigenous
Native
people.
American.
Right.
So yeah, I know what I'm saying.
I don't
it's
doubt
true.
that at all.
But
But
yeah, we turned it into
that's
something
not
else, and
how
that's
it
good. but-
Started. That's what I'm saying. Before the betrayal, they were sitting down and having peaceful meals.
Right. Before
That's
the
a
betrayal.
fact. Before the betrayal, that is a fact.
Were they sitting down?
That's a
to have
matter
peace
of
and
we can,
They
we
weren't
can
having
probably.
that was to
uh,
lure them in, man, to get their trust.
Even so, it was
set
And
up.
it wasn't good. Man.
Set up.
It was always
Set
a
up.
setup.
no,
the
no. See,
tension-
the original.
the
See, I
tension-
see what y'all doing.
The tension wasn't good.
It never,
from the
Never.
beginning.
It was
You
Never.
know
good
what's
since they
you know what
stepped off the
happens.
ship.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna
America?
feed somebody. I'm gonna kill. You know what I'm saying?
What
Come on
happens
now.
in America is
Wow.
that
Like, oh yeah, we
generations
you know,
change,
we cool,
right?
but,
Generations
know,
shift,
saying,
right?
plus, nah,
And
man, you-
and as generations shift, then you get people saying, "Oh, we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to treat this people like this anymore." You know, because you got another group of people coming in, and that's what happened with that whole scenario.
we're just gonna have to
Because
disagree on that one.
it's all documented. I mean, y'all got to do
It ain't no doc.
It is
What he's talking about
documented.
is just your
It's all
opinion.
doc-
That's
it's not my. It's documented. How many colonies came here? How many colonizers? What they want to call colonizers? How many colonizers came here when it first started with the Europeans coming to America? You mean how many? How many did they come all at one time, or did they come in droves and sessions like waves,
over years.
waves,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Over years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you had the first group came in, right? They established a rapport with the Native Americans, with the indigenous people, right?
Mhm.
With the mind to
Two,
steal
no,
from
no,
them.
no, they didn't. Two at the
But
they
we
had
just
to,
gotta agree to
they had to
disagree,
survive.
'cause
They had
You
to
got a
survive.
different story. We got a different story.
They had to
'cause
survive.
they
And
didn't
then
survive.
Their
by the
whole
second-
voyage was to come conquer. That's what they do. You know, it's kind of like a playbook to that. You
Their
know, you
whole
come in
voyage
there,
was to
you
come
be
in and
their
conquer.
friend, and then you do the next step.
And you bring
do
on the
next
Bible. Don't
step.
forget. Don't forget. You
That's
got to
right.
bring on the Bible. You got to bring on
Okay,
religion.
It's,
Look,
it's
look.
a attack.
I'm gonna say it like this: it's all documented.
Absolutely.
All you got to do is read it and research it. All you got to do it. What you're talking about is in there. What you're talking about is in the documentation. It's there, 100%. And what I'm talking about is in there.
Okay,
It's in the
what
documentation,
you're saying is
100%.
they was really friendly with them at first, and then you know the devil took them over, and then they decided to kill them all off.
It
Oh
or
no,
something.
no.
It
But
agreed.
they wasn't really friendly with it. They came over here with the mind to colonize and take over. This is what they did.
But how could they do that in mind when they ain't even know it was here at first? You know what I'm saying? They ain't know who was here. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
That's
Do you
this-
think they
this
didn't
is-
know
this is all
anybody was here when they
documented.
came here?
People, this is all
This
documented.
is
Do
all
you think? Do you
discovered.
think they didn't? I mean,
It was the first
what,
settlers was
what you call the
discovered.
people who came
Arizona.
over here with the Bibles? What they got
Talking
a
about the
name for? it?
Puritans,
No.
Quakers.
No, not the Quakers. The people who came over here to teach the. There's a word for
Missionaries?
it. Yes, that's it. The missionaries, when they came over here, you think they didn't know anybody was over here? Of course, they knew somebody was here.
But
They
look,
came over here for that.
the native,
That's why they
the
came.
natives had their own culture. They had their own thing.
Sure,
They had their own
When the
government.
pilgrims came
Sure
over
they did.
here, when they came over here, they had to adapt
You
to a
talking about the
new
Pilgrims.
a new
Who was the
new ground, a
pilgrims?
new the people who came over here first. Wasn't they identified as pilgrims?
You got Pilgrims, you got Puritans, you got Quakers. Three main groups.
So that's who that's
No,
the
no,
first three
different.
that came here.
Man,
That's the three main groups that came here. Pilgrims.
So
Puritans,
so did they
Quakers.
know? Did they know this country? Did they know better than the natives that were already
yeah,
here?
I'm sure they knew that people were over here. Yeah.
But did they know the area like the Native
They didn't,
Americans?
they didn't know the
Oh, well, they have to
landscape.
say
They didn't
no
know the
to that.
landscape.
How-
I
I'm gonna say
did. So
yeah.
how can you say they came here to dominate if they ain't even know the structure of the land?
As a matter of fact,
How to survive in this land?
as a matter of fact,
Because
you-
that's a totally different. England was totally different.
to pick up on what you're saying.
England was totally different. A lot of people that came over here probably didn't even know how to farm.
No-
Who was taught
Not all
by
of
the
them.
natives?
They-
Some of
listen,
them
when they
did.
landed-
Some of them did, but
when they
not
landed
all
in
of
the
them.
Caribbean.
The
first,
problem
right?
was
when they
I don't-
landed there.
No,
Did
go
they
ahead,
conquer
bro.
anything there? Did they know any better there?
They know what?
Did they know any better there when they got to the Caribbeans and the South Americas and all of that?
Let's
Did
just
they-
stick
did
with
they
them.
know that land?
Let's stick
They
with
ain't know
North
that land
America.
either.
They wound up
We-
conquering that first.
We started with Native Americans.
We
right?
sure did start with North America. Let's
We
stick
started
with
with North America,
Now, the
right?
plan.
Why y'all ping ponging?
My point is,
Why y'all
they never
ping-ponging?
came here to be nobody's friend. They came here with the mind to colonize and conquer.
That was later.
I
on.
don't know about conquering.
I don't think
That was later
But
on.
colonizing, yes,
I mean,
That's
yeah,
like-
because they were driven
I
out.
just,
They was driven
I just
out.
disagree. That,
And-
that's
and-
all.
and-
No big deal. I
to-
just don't agree.
To that point, there were colonies that they tried to establish early on but they couldn't survive. They died. Those early colonies died. They tried to be exclusive, isolated, do it all their own without any connection with the Native people, the Native Americans, the indigenous people, and they died, right? Matter of fact, they said the first successful colony happened in the 1600s when they came here in the 1500s.
There were people here in the 1400s.
13.
But they weren't from England. The people that came here in the 14 and
Oh, okay.
13,
You're talking about just the
they
people that are
weren't-
from
right,
England.
we're talking about, because what you guys are talking about deals directly with those people, the Anglos. So Thanksgiving, originally, they had peaceful conversations with the people. Because you got to learn, you can't go over here just trying to kill somebody and you don't know the terrain.
Right, that's what we're saying. That's why they went over there as friends. They had to find out what they had to
Right.
find out,
And
and
then
then they
when
started
that
smoking.
Nice first.
Then what
And they
happened?
started smoking.
Then what happened was
Just ask the Native American.
another.
Don't
group-
ask me.
Another
Well,
group of
I am a
people
Native
came in.
American. But
And with the other group of people that came in, they were more ruthless. And they were the ones that wanted to expand the territory. By the time you got to the third or fourth group coming over here, they wanted to expand and they wanted to take over. They wanted more space because now you're bringing people who have in their country influence and power, finance.
I have a question. So you saying they sent more ruthless people than Christopher Columbus after him? People that was more ruthless than him?
First, okay, Christopher Columbus
Ruthless.
was not from England.
I mean, but he was one of the
I mean, what he
first.
say? What he say was from
We're
England?
saying.
Oh, you talking about specifically people from England? He's talking about
Right.
specifically
Oh,
just people from
specifically
England.
Specifically people from England.
Uh,
Christopher Columbus was not from England.
no.
And they did not really. The French and the
You talking about
Spanish,
people who migrated here?
they didn't migrate.
I mean, they do.
They came here to establish a royal
Colonize.
colony, right?
Isn't that what we
Right.
just saying?
Right. But
Oh, he said that. You said
you
that.
said
You said conquer.
you said conquer and dominate.
Colonizing is not conquering.
What's the difference between conquering and dominating and colonizing?
Wait.
Colonizing is simply establishing the land under the name of a region.
Are we being punked right now?
Did you hear what he
The
said?
camera's
Did you
on.
have-
Did you hear what he said?
Are they
Yeah,
kidding
bro,
with
Did
us?
you hear what he
to do
said?
that.
No, you don't really have to dominate to do that. All you got to do is make sure the people fall in line with the allegiance. We say this almost every day as kids when we was coming up. What we say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. We said that almost every single day in school coming up. Whether you're white,
Now where we
Black,
going with this?
Hispanic, because
He
that's
said
all
you
a
get the
part of
mind
what
of
it
the
means
people
to
first.
colonize. Have
That's the part
everybody
of
aligned
colonizing.
with the
Okay.
government perspective, with the government agenda, which
That's
was to
one way
I
establish.
of
can't disagree.
colonizing.
The other one is to wipe them out.
Brute force.
If they don't comply. Now I know y'all have heard this before. Either convert or be killed. Isn't that a form of colonizing in as far as you look at colonization?
How about just trying to wipe the whole people that was there, wipe them out?
Now you're talking about genocide, right?
Wouldn't you say like blankets
Which-
full of smallpox is on that verge of trying to wipe people
And the
out?
Trail of Tears and all that
You're
other
trying to
stuff
tell
that
me
they did.
That
I mean,
smallpox is a created. They created smallpox.
They didn't create it, but they're the ones who put it in the blankets and all the stuff and then gave them to the Indians. What did they give it? Why would they give them
That was
stuff?
intentional.
It wasn't intentional.
Was it intentional?
Absolutely intentional to
So-
wipe them out.
So
I think they're only
Genetically
kidding. I
almost.
think they're only kidding. Y'all only kidding, right?
I'm just saying. They
Y'all
used-
taking are
so
y'all
they-
taking up for the white man? Is
I'm
that
just
what's
saying,
going on?
This
did
ain't about
people-
taking up for the white man. This is
It's
about
like-
establishing the
Did
facts
Did
of the
people
West.
take? So we
That's
talking
all
about
that's
chemical
about.
warfare.
Establishing the facts.
All right,
That's
I'm
what
gonna
we
back.
talking
I'm
about.
gonna back
on-
up.
on-
Let
on-
them
on
take
that-
up
that's
for
what
the
we talking
white.
about. Level, that's
We
exactly
talking about
right.
chemical
Hey,
warfare.
where Wendell at, man?
That was
He
exactly
left
what it was.
Oh man,
So you
So-
saying they didn't
I
do
wish
that?
he was here right now.
Blankets with smallpox?
I believe
Everything that you're saying is documented. Everything that I'm telling you is also likewise documented. One predates the other. Now, what you're talking about is you're talking about the attitude that you're assessing with the first people that came over, which more than likely is not true. It comes with those that came behind them. Power.
I don't think so.
You could disagree, it's your right. When you see an opportunity, it's like a tale of two kings. You remember the story of Tale of Two Kings. One was good, one was evil. Right? What happened? The good king came in, everybody was doing what they wanted to do, and everybody got along.
Land
And then the
prosperous.
bad king came in, and what did he want to do? Want to put his power down and expand his power, make sure people bow down to him. Forget about what the good king did.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. And this is something that takes over in our day in time right now today. You have a good boss, gets along with the people, let the people do what they got to do as long as they do the job. He don't bother them. Then you got a bad boss come in. Well, I ain't the good boss. I ain't like that guy. You're going to do what I say do, when I say do it, how I say do it. And if I need you to do more, you're going to do more. It's like that, man. I mean, it's
like we're going to get the job done. We're going to get the job done this way.
right.
Okay, how you was doing it before. Now we're going to do it this way.
Right.
And we still going to get the job done.
And we're still going to get the job done. It's the same way. I mean, that's how it went with the history that we're talking about. One group did this. One group did this. One group started out this way.
I disagree. I think the first guys came in and had a plan.
No.
I don't think they was just looking.
No,
because of what the stuff that they did in other places that they landed first. They committed atrocities. And what you talking about? Again,
Did it everywhere they ever went.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. So it had to start with being nice, because if they come, if you start with
Australia,
aggression, right? If you come in all aggressive, you probably they're gonna attack you and you're gonna lose.
You're
So you
talking
gotta
about
come in pretty nice.
you're talking
You
about
gotta come in soft, not hot.
two groups of people that came in. Do you know who were the first groups of people that came here? Do you know who they were? Do you know what their background were?
You talking about the first groups of people?
First groups of people that came to North America from me.
they were from
I'm about
England.
to say
Okay.
the first group was from Africa.
Black.
No, we know that.
Right.
But the first group of people, even not even that, not even, and this is for everybody that's looking and watching. Do your own research on this. Not even the Native Americans were here before the Africans came here.
That's a fact.
That's how you got the term indigenous and Native Americans.
The Africans
Nobody
and
can
the
argue
Asians.
with
came from here.
Nobody can
The
argue.
Asians came too.
From Africa.
But no white
Two.
people here though. Then
No, it was
No,
the
it
Africans and the Asians got here.
Well, the Africans started moving into Asia and spread out throughout all, but that's going way back in time. But to that point, they all came here to America. So there were nobody here before they came from other regions, specifically Africa and Asia. All right. So that's how you got.
if
the
anybody was
indigenous
here before
and
that, they
Native
were black too, though. I
there
will say
was
that.
nobody here.
If it was somebody here, they were black.
They
That's
weren't.
all I can say.
I can understand your point, but they weren't here. We know for a fact these people established the culture, right? That's like saying you going to a
We don't have all the
going to
information on
Alaska.
America though. We have less information on America than we have on Africa and every place else. We don't really know much about the real history of America. We really don't, and we're not
There's a
even we're not even supposed to look into the history of America. Nobody ever encourages you into look into the history of America. Nobody.
Nothing past Columbus
Yeah.
discovered America.
And
Well-
all they told us is that when we came here, white people were here, and then we came over
They
here
do
as
have
slaves.
history
And that's
of
not true.
America
And that's not
prior
true.
to Columbus. They do have history.
Of course they do, but you
They
can't
have
find
been
it, and they don't
researching-
teach it in schools at all.
If they didn't have it, it wouldn't be documented.
No, I said they don't teach it in
You
schools.
can look it up.
I said they don't teach
They
it
may
in
not
schools.
teach it in school,
They don't
but
teach it
they
in schools.
have it. That's
Yeah,
the point that I'm
yeah,
making.
yeah.
They have this history. They have
yeah.
this information.
Yes.
You can just open the book and read. Matter of fact,
Yes.
if you there's
But it's
there's-
encouraged. It's not
publications.
encouraged. It's not well known. It's not well known to even learn
Just-
this stuff.
Okay, but there's publications. I
But
don't know if
we
y'all
do know
aware
that
of
it's
this or not,
true.
But there's publications. There's like magazines. All right. One of them called Geography Today. I believe one of them is called Geography Today. There's another one called Archaeological Times. These are all magazines, and I'm just giving you an example. And you can go in and you can subscribe.
Well,
to
you can
these.
talk about the Christopher. What
You
was
can subscribe to them.
what's his name? Is it Van Sertima? I think it's
Ivan
Van
Van Sertima.
Sertima.
Yeah.
Isn't he the one that wrote
Before they were
America before Columbus or something like
Yeah,
that?
before
Yeah,
Columbus,
so
yeah.
yeah,
I got the book.
It's yeah.
I
You should
got-
read it.
I got 3 of his books. I've read it.
You got it. You should
I've
read the
read it.
book.
I've read his books. I've also
John Henrik Clark.
that's my man
said,
right there.
said,
John
said,
Henry
said
Clark
very
talked
similar
about
things.
those, talked to him and Sertima talked about the currents
Yeah.
coming from Africa to America. So
Right.
they used to drive. So, but those archaeological journals, they're making available to anybody that wants to, study more, learn more about America, Mesoamerica. You can learn about this. They got the different breakdowns of the times and the eras of American history, going all the way back to Paleolithic. You know, this stuff is all documented. All you gotta do is take the time to look at it, research it, write it down. It's all there.
You hear about the stuff that they have in the Grand Canyon? That's supposed to be older than Egyptian stuff.
I've heard about the stuff that
You hear about the stuff they found in Mississippi?
That was
It's supposed to be older than the stuff that's over there. So, yeah, I mean, there's different schools of thought. You know what I'm saying? We could run around this all day.
I've
But
heard some of that, and I've heard how some of that was proven to be bogus. It was fraudulent. I've heard that.
You know that every time somebody don't want you to believe something, they stick the fraudulent tag on it.
yeah,
So
Okay.
I'm careful with
All
that.
right.
Every time they don't
Well,
want you
look.
to believe something, they say it's fraudulent or forgery. That's the two words they say.
I'm gonna tell you this,
Fraudulent,
though.
forgery.
There's
So
a
I'm
lot of
careful
people
with those words.
that will be very quick to believe what they want to believe because they want to believe it,
Very quick.
even though it contradicts the truth.
that's a fact.
that's a big
That's a fact.
That's all I got to say about
Big
that.
fact.
That's
And
all I
truth
got to
is
say.
what can be proven, right?
So yeah. So if you prove it to
Not
be
really.
if you
Not
prove
really.
it to be bogus, if you prove it to be a fraud, but they still believe it, that's on you.
Oh, man,
You
I
get
do
what I'm
that every
saying?
day.
I mean, if you said it's an archaeological find, you put this date on it. They busted people falsifying evidence of archaeological nature.
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Right here in America. Right here in America. They said they found this, and this is 13,000 years old.
Well, that happened all over
And
the
they found
world,
out
though.
that-
I mean, not just right here in
What
America.
happened to all the
Mm,
pyramids that was in America?
What pyramids?
Supposed to be pyramids found in America.
What pyramids?
The Americas. I don't
You
know
talking about
name
you
of
talking about the
pyramids.
triangular mounds, or you talking about the
Whatever you-
pyramids?
Whatever you want to call them, triangular mounds, pyramids.
They're here in America. I heard they're still here.
They're right here.
I heard they're still here.
Yeah, they're here.
The mounds are definitely here,
They're-
but a
they're still
mound,
here.
I
They're
don't
still
know
here.
if a mound is natural. You know what I mean? Pyramid isn't natural. A mound, I'm not too sure.
From what I understand, they got pyramids on every continent
Yeah,
on Earth.
they found them in Antarctica. Actually, they can't really,
Mhm.
they can't really go out there.
They're still here. They're still here,
A lot of them was tore down too,
but
destroyed.
they're still here, right?
Which is saying something because I think those things are really, really hard
But
to
did
destroy.
you
They are hard to
Yeah,
destroy.
so
did you
if they destroyed
research-
some of them, then they did a lot of work to do that.
Did you research the carbon dating of them?
Carbon dating.
Yeah, did you research the carbon dating of them? Did you check out what they said, how long they've been here? Did you check out the
Some
Did you
some of,
research
some
the,
of it is older than,
Like
than
fossil
Egypt,
findings?
Egypt, they said.
10,000 years.
the fossil finding? And for it to be 10,000 or 6,000 years old, that's really nothing in the ages when you look at what they found over in Africa, in Asia, and Europe. That's really nothing.
Well, they
That's just confirming
say Giza
that
is
these people
60,000
weren't
years
here.
old.
You know,
Right.
that's confirming that these people weren't here. Nobody was here. Somebody built them. And just like I said, they
Somebody
came
built
from
them.
there to here, and they did that because it's the same as he said, all over the world.
Some people think that they started here and spread out and went there.
Yeah,
Some
but
people
that's
tell you
possible.
that.
there's I got a friend of
With your
mine.
carbon dating and all of that.
Yeah, I
they
got
tell
a
you
friend
it started
a
here.
friend of mine got a friend
I've
of
heard that.
who believes that. And I have been researching in that with him and studying that with him. And I have been showing him that even from the videos of the people that he's been talking about, has been educating him on that. I said, man, they missed this part. They didn't get this part here. I said, you got to look at if the timeline don't line up, don't believe the information.
Right. Well,
And
what
the
happens when the
timeline
timeline adds up?
Don't add up. But then you got to believe it. And the timeline doesn't add up. There's no way it
People
could have
believe a lot
started
of stuff
here.
that the timeline don't add up.
It doesn't start
Right.
here. It
A lot of stuff.
It couldn't have started here because when you look at the evidence of all life itself, there's one common denominator, and that one common denominator is the DNA.
Right. The oldest DNA found in Africa.
Everybody knows that, right? But you got people who for 2,000 years were taught that life began in Europe. And you got people over the last 100 years.
Whoever said life began in Europe? Where'd that
and
come from?
That's been around for ages.
What part of Europe was life supposed to begin in?
I don't know. I think
Because I never even heard
You
that.
never
before.
heard that before?
No.
Never.
I've heard the
never
thing
heard
about
that?
the Garden of Eden, but I never heard that life started in Europe.
Where do you think they put the Garden of Eden at?
From what they told me,
Yeah, what do you think?
they told me it was like Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia.
Yeah,
So they didn't.
Mesopotamia is not
They
in
didn't tell you the
in
Garden
in
of Eden
Europe.
was in Eden. Was in Europe.
No, I
Mesopotamia
never
was
heard
Iraq.
that it was in Europe.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. Now,
What about it?
parts of it.
What you-
Mesopotamia is modern day Iraq.
So for
Yeah.
2,000 years, they've been trying to teach that.
I've
And he
never
said-
heard that. Where did you learn? Where did you hear that one at?
Oh, that's
Did
good.
anybody else ever hear that?
Yeah, because
The
there's,
history started in Europe.
yeah, there's
Anybody
an
hear
archae-
that?
You never heard that? Yeah, they're doing
You asked
archaeological
me, did I
digs.
ever
Okay,
hear that?
listen,
I'm asking. Did anybody?
listen. Let me show you.
Teach.
There's people right now doing archaeological digs to prove this. I'm trying to tell you.
That
They're trying to prove that.
2,000 years
All
ago,
life,
though.
yeah.
But you said 2,000 years ago.
They've been teaching that for 2,000 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. A long time.
who's they been teaching that to?
Their own people.
Of course.
Oh, okay. Well,
They got to.
Yeah, because a lot of people ain't gonna believe that.
Right.
Some people teach their own people that they from a whole continent that they're not from. And that same continent that they live on now is burning their skin up to death. You know, they got they leading the league in skin cancer and all kind of things today because they not from that spot. They teach their people, you talk to their people will tell you they from there.
who are you talking about? Like South
You know what I'm
South
talking
Africa?
about.
Like
No.
South Africa?
No.
Oh, you're talking about like Israel.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
They think they're from Africa. They think they're from African descent. But if you ask them
Who the Israel the
you
people
ask
that's
them
in
where your
Israel right
grandmother
now?
from, they're gonna say Poland, Russia,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
still
yeah.
believe-
Talking about teaching something that's not.
they
Yeah,
still
yeah.
believe that
This is a
somehow or
great
another
point.
they
Very,
from the
very,
land
very
of
good.
Canaan or something, you know.
Yeah, really great point.
Okay, so one of the guys, just an example. There's a guy named Professor Chris Stringer. He's a research leader in human evolution at the museum, and co-author on the paper. This is a paper he actually writes. He says, define and demonstrate there's even more complexity for the arrival of modern humans in Europe than previously known. These people have been oldest evidence of modern humans in Western Europe discovered. And they're talking about going back to 1.4 million years ago.
Who's
They're
the name
putting
of
it down
that?
at-
Who did that article? What's the name of the gentleman?
James Ashworth. James Ashworth. Now, I'm just letting you know, this has been out there for some time. There are people over the last 100 years who are trying to make that idea stick.
Mm.
There are people who don't want to believe that all life began in Africa.
Oh, of course.
They don't want to believe that. That's
I
the
can
point.
believe that.
That's the point.
I
that
can't
I'm
believe
making.
that what you just read, but yeah, I can believe that people
Even
don't
though I
want.
just read it and you just seen the name.
Well,
you can
no, I
Google
don't
the guy's
believe-
name.
But
You
still,
can
no, I
Google-
don't. I
you
don't think
can
that's right
Google
information.
His name. Come on, man.
he
You can
wrote
stop.
that.
He
You-
wrote it, but
that
that
doesn't
doesn't
mean
make it
it's
right
true.
information.
What does make what right information?
What he's saying there, that doesn't mean what he's saying is true because he wrote it.
No.
I can write anything,
What-
but that doesn't mean
The
it's
thing
true.
I think you're trying to
point-
establish is that it's out there.
Oh yeah,
Which is what I
All right.
said.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
So
the
I'm
only
not talking
point.
about
You said
what,
that,
what he said.
that don't
was
mean it's
true.
real.
I'm telling you that what I said that you said you never heard of
No, I never heard.
is
That.
out there.
I've never
You
heard of
understand
that.
what I'm saying?
I have never
That's-
So
heard
if
of
you
that.
want to,
Yeah.
you want to,
And there's no
continue
reason
to
for me to
research
study
it.
on that either because it's not something that I would.
yeah, I don't care about that.
It wouldn't do
I-
anything for
That's
me.
not even my argument. My point of discussion is that I
it's
told
out
you
there.
It's
that
out
it's
there.
out there. You
That's the
said
only
you
thing.
never heard of it, and I just gave you some information that proves that it's out there.
Okay, well, thank you for the
Come on, bro.
information. We
Was that so
appreciate
hard?
It's out there.
So
it's
So-
out there.
Far out there.
everything
Yeah,
that we have discussed so far is all documented. What you said is documented. What I said is documented. Right? Now you just gotta look at how does it line up? What took
Yeah,
place?
who's
What
documenting?
happened first? Right? So that being said, let's get back into the discussion that we had on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you perfect
Yeah, I
time.
can see you got your notes. I see you ready.
So last place we left off was we was talking about the name. Right. We talked about a few things. One of the
Yeah, we
things we
did.
talked about was the name. If you change the name, then the name loses its power, right? So the name is the power, it contains the power because the name identifies the person. So let me just give you a few. We was talking about what I believe in, right? And let me just give you a few of the different names, starting with the original name, which is not Yeshua, but it is Yehoshua. Yehoshua it means the Lord is salvation, or Yahweh saves, or we would say God saves. Translate that, they shortened that to Yeshua, which now means salvation, or Yahweh saves, or we would say God saves. That turns over to the Aramaic Jesus, which means y'all saw that video I sent y'all, right? Y'all got it, right?
Mhm.
All right, which means Yahweh saves, or Yahweh is salvation, which is the same as God saves, right? And then that turns into Isus, which is now the Greek, Iesous, right? Which we all know is not a combination name of E plus Zeus. That's false. And it means Yahweh saves, or God saves, or the Lord saves, right?
Mhm.
And then you get to Jesus, which means Jesus, which means salvation, or God saves. So the name from the beginning to the end is the same meaning. God saves. God saves. From
It's not the
beginning
same, because
the
it's
end.
not a different frequency when you say it. It's a whole different frequency. It's a whole different tone. Yeshua, Jesus, it's different. So it can't carry the same
You're talking
power.
about pronunciation.
It can't carry the same power.
But you're talking about the same individual.
Is the name in the individual,
about
or is the
this-
name? Is the
The
power?
power
in the name?
is in the name. The
Okay, so
name identifies
why
the
is the
individual.
Why is the power in the name?
I
what
thought we
makes the
already
name
said the
have
power was
Because-
not in the name. Didn't we
No,
already
y'all
say
said
that? But we did. Well, didn't we
Y'all
all
said
agree
that.
on that though?
No, I didn't agree with that. I never agreed with
Hmm.
that. Why would I agree
How?
with that? The power's in the name.
Okay,
It's the
power's in the name. The
'Cause it-
original
Well, who
name-
is Emmanuel then?
Because
What is Emmanuel?
identifies the person.
What is Emmanuel?
It's a name that also means God is salvation.
Well,
Or,
why?
actually means salvation is among us.
When the angel came to Mary, didn't he say that you're gonna have a child and the name is gonna be Emmanuel? Well, why is his name's not Emmanuel?
Because it's the same
So
as
did the Bible make a
Jesus.
mistake?
No, it didn't make a mistake. It's the same as Jesus.
No.
Yes, it is.
You
same
said it means.
person.
You said it says God saves.
God saves.
Emmanuel means God is with us.
God is with us.
God saves and God's with us. It's not
That's
the
two,
same
That's two
thing.
different things.
Yes,
That's two different things.
yes. Clearly, God saves is
Okay.
one thing.
So-
God is with us is clearly another thing.
Let me
And
ask you a
plus,
question. Okay, so
Yeshua
I'm
in
gonna
English,
ask you- I'm gonna ask y'all
Yeshua
this.
in English
y'all
means
this.
Joshua,
Okay, I'm asking you.
not Jesus.
What do you know about the name Emmanuel? What is Emmanuel? What does Emmanuel? Break that down. Where does this
Well,
come from?
from now
What-
you want to
what-
go back. Now you want to
where
go
does this
back to
stem
my. You want to go back to my history. Okay, on the biblical
Go ahead,
names and stuff like that.
Emmanuel. What does this?
Okay, now the L's, right?
Mhm.
Nathaniel, Michael, all the L's
Mhm.
came from El,
Mhm.
the God that they call El,
Mhm.
El,
Mhm.
right? El was the God back when supposedly Lucifer had did his thing up in heaven, and then everything broke up and
Mhm.
everything like that.
Okay.
And then you had the well, they call them angels,
good,
but
this is
like
good.
if you really study on if you really study on these people, like Azazel and all the they
These are all
actually were
angels
demons.
that you're naming.
They were actually demons, not angels. They were actually demons. They were
not
actually
angels.
demons. Yes.
Okay, so Emmanuel is that a demon?
Emmanuel wasn't in. Emmanuel wasn't one of
He
them.
wasn't one of them.
No, he wasn't one of them. He wasn't
Right.
one of the people that I'm talking
And it
about.
mean-
Like
So what-
Azazel and Michael and
so
them. He wasn't one of them.
Azazel,
He wasn't one of
What
them.
does Azazel mean?
What does it mean? I don't know. I know what he did. He taught them how to
What
fashion.
does Uriel mean?
I can't tell you
What does Michael mean?
I can't tell you exactly what their names mean.
Okay,
I
so-
never said I could. I never said I could tell you what
But
their
you
names
said you
meant.
studied it. You said you researched
Right,
it.
right. And
You
what
said
and
you
I'm telling
studied
you,
and you
and I'm
researched.
telling you my research.
Right.
This is what
So
I
what you're
researched.
telling
What
me-
I researched it, and you cut me off, so I can't finish what I'm
Go
saying.
ahead. Go ahead.
It
Research.
was-
Go
do you
ahead.
want me to listen to you,
Go
or do you
ahead.
want to listen to me?
No,
Just
go
let me
ahead.
know, because
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna talk.
I'll
with each
listen
other.
to you.
All right, now what do you want me? What do you want to know?
Why you asking me questions?
No, what do you
said
want? What do you want me
I
to
want
tell
you
you?
to finish. want you to finish your research.
What I'm telling you about, what I researched about them, that they were demons from, this, God, the God that y'all call El. They were demons. They weren't actually
Okay.
angels.
So what's the common denominator in all of those names?
El.
L.
Yeah.
Okay. And what does L mean?
El, I have no clue. I have no
Okay,
clue what El means. But I know it's God. They associated that name with God. That's for sure. But El wasn't God.
Who is that?
Huh?
Who is that?
Well, the people who I guess wrote the Bible and the book and stuff like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. So L, as you stated, you remember what you said when you first started off? L was what came from where?
Did I say where he came from?
Yeah. You started off.
Where'd I
you
say
said,
came
you,
from?
you said a group of people. What was a group of people?
What?
When you started off your whole statement of what you studied, you said the L was a god of what people?
What people was he a god of?
Yeah.
Nah, that could be
You just
that,
said
that
it. Like,
I mean
before you went
if
into
you
all that,
if you
said
want to
it.
go back and you want to say like Enki and them I mean there's a lot of different schools of thought on who El and who's Allah and all these guys. I mean you could break down a lot of these gods. You could look them up historically. They're not huh?
Canaanites.
The Canaanites. What was okay?
Canaanites believe that. All right.
Okay.
And so
Well, wait a minute, because the Canaanites also believed in Yahweh, though, right? Isn't that what Yahweh came from?
That's who El turned into.
So Yahweh and El, same thing.
Same thing.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
I'm good.
so-
It's still the same thing to me. It's
So-
nothing still changed.
So the
I'm telling you
whole-
where I got that
the
from.
whole
And
culture thing.
I didn't know Yahweh
is
was
now-
El because Yahweh
He
was
turned.
not
He kind of
good.
morphed into.
Yeah, but Yahweh is not
El
good
was
God.
first.
Yahweh is not a good God. He wasn't even like
Yahweh
a creator
was a
God.
storm god.
Yeah, he
war
wasn't
God.
even like a creator God.
No, he
You know,
wasn't.
yeah, so
He was a war
it
god.
wasn't like Yahweh was like he was a chosen God from they chose him from the what do you call it?
Pantheon.
The Israelis. I don't know why they chose him. Why they chose him to be their
It
God.
was a small group of them back
Yeah,
then.
and they chose him to be their God for whatever reason, but he wasn't even like a creator.
All right. So the name.
He wasn't even like a well-known God at the time.
Name.
He was like a mid-level.
Yeah,
All right,
Wasn't
so
the god of all. He wasn't the big guy
he was
but you know, there's like a million gods. You know that, right?
before Abraham.
All right, now, let me get this scripture here. Keep talking. I can hear you. You finished? You done?
I think he was saying before Abraham there was a bunch of gods, and that
Yeah.
was what Abraham
Millions.
did.
Mhm.
He condensed it all into one God, pretty much. Got everybody to kind of believe in one God.
Well, for them one people though,
yeah,
not
he
for the
one
whole
who had a
world.
pact
Huh?
he had the pact with Yahweh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but that's just for those one people, for the children of Israel.
the
or whatever.
Israelites.
Yeah, it's not for everybody in the
No,
whole world. But
who's
that's
in-
what they
that's
tried
who's
to
in
do it
power now.
after Constantine, came through and made it everything, try to make it universal and try to make it everything under Yahweh, for whatever reason. And he didn't even believe in Yahweh.
They chose Yahweh as their God to identify with them as a nation. Right? Right. Right?
Who you saying they?
They, the people that worship Yahweh, chose Yahweh to identify as God to worship as a nation. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so based on the scripture, we know that's true. We know that's a fact. So El was indeed the God. Right? So when you see El,
If that's the God you believe in, yes, but there was a million gods back in El's time. There was a lot of gods. El wasn't the only God.
The thing is, whoever.
Now that might be the God. That might be the God that this Bible is talking about. But there was more than one God.
Okay.
If you talking about if this book is talking about one God, which this book is not only talking about one God, there's a million different gods in this particular book also, but people just can't pick it up. They don't know what they read.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of gods in this book.
There's a
but
lot of
there's
different
only
gods in it.
one creator,
Right.
right?
And
Which
they
is-
said that his
which is
name
what-
was okay. Right. That the Bible says that. That goes by the Bible, right?
Now,
But historically,
when
you don't
talk
go.
about
God didn't create.
L, you're talking about
God didn't create.
L-O-I or
Hmm.
Elohim.
But Elohim is multiple gods.
Elohim is really talking about the
I
council.
hear that, and then I hear that.
Elohim is
It's
not
more than
one
one.
God,
It's
right.
more than one.
Right.
It's God and corporate.
It's like the
All things.
I could go with that, though.
God gang.
I could go with it being
You
more
can
than one.
deal. You could deal with that.
Then,
But
I
when
guess.
you talk about
why not?
you talking about the name, I think L by itself means might, but they put added extras with the name to describe it, right? So you get LOI, and when you get LOI, you start talking about Yehoshua. So you're going from one culture. We talked about this last time, interculturalization, from one culture to another culture. Let me go to the scripture. See if I can find it.
Boy, you should have highlighted all of the scriptures.
You're not lying
He probably didn't know he was going to use them
because it was
right
a
now.
lot of them. Let me see if I got it here.
It's not.
All right, Ezekiel
Yeah,
chapter
20
16,
minutes.
verse 3, and it says, "And say, Thus saith the Lord God unto Jerusalem, Thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Thy father," meaning the progenitor of the people of Israel, "was an Amorite, and thy mother," meaning the mother who's the progenitor of the people of Israel, "is a Hittite. Neither an Amorite or a Hittite are Israelites. Neither one of them are Hebrews." So when you look at this,
Didn't they come from?
We didn't say that, though.
when you look at
Nobody said that.
no, listen.
I think they came from them people.
When you look at this, it's telling you that the very culture of the Israelite people was taken from the people in the land of Canaan. That's what it's telling you. So from one
Okay.
culture to another culture, but the identity of the individual is only changing through the name for the people. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're not recognizing this name here. They're recognizing this name here because this is going to identify with them. Even though these people still hold to this name because it identifies with them. So the person is identified by the name. So that's why you can go wherever you want to go. And no matter what name they call you in whatever city or state you go to, you're still going to be you. Those people are going to recognize you as you in their identifying name. You're still going to be you. The power is still going to be in your name because it's in them.
So the power is not
identifying
in my
you.
name. The power is in me.
No, the power is already in you, but it's in your name because no matter who sees you, whatever name they call you, they're identifying your name with you. So the power is in your name.
That ain't what you said last time, though.
That's exactly what I said.
No. The last
power's
time
in the
you
name.
said that wherever we go, they're going to change our name to whatever
Did
language
I
they
just say
speak.
that? Did I not just say that?
Yeah, you just
Kenny,
said that.
I thought you
Did
said
I
his
not
name's
just
going to
say
be the
coach?
same thing everywhere.
He said from culture to culture.
Did I not
But
just
he
say
just
that?
said
They're
his
going
name
to
is gonna
identify
be-
with his name.
That's not what you.
That's what he just said.
But
That's
he
what I
just
said
said
last time. What I said was,
he just said
I might
that
call
his
him-
name was going to be the same exact thing from culture to culture. The last time he said that his name was going to change from culture to culture. Now, if you think that's the same thing, it's not. It's
I
not
didn't
the same
say
thing.
that.
That's
You
what
didn't
I
say that.
heard. That's what I
That's
heard.
what you heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's
let me
what
say,
you heard.
Let me say that. That's
And
what I heard.
Everybody in here, you the only one that heard.
Because you asked me. You asked
Think
me.
about that.
You said. You
Think
said. Well,
about that, bro.
well, what are they going to call you in such and such a place? You said, right? And we
Mhm.
said, well, no matter where I go, my name is still Robert Blackwell. You said no, that they would call me whatever. Like, say, if we was in whatever, they would
Yes.
call me something else.
Yes.
Isn't that what you just said? Just the opposite of just now?
No, that's exactly what I just said. Just now.
Oh, okay. I must have misunderstood what you were saying.
Yeah, you
I must.
misunderstood.
I thought you were saying just the opposite just
That's
now.
exactly what I just said.
I thought you were just saying
That's
just the
exactly
opposite.
what I just.
But
Now, we
I
went
thought
through
you
all
were
of
just
that.
saying that. I
We
thought
went
you were
through all
just
of that.
saying that no matter where he goes today, I thought you were saying no matter where he go, they're gonna call him Kenny. That's what I thought you said.
No.
But the last time you said no matter where he go, they're gonna call you wherever you are.
Look at like
That's
this.
what I thought you said
at it
last
like
time.
this.
But this time you said something different.
No, the last time what I said is the same thing I said this time.
No,
Yes.
no, no,
Yes.
no.
Okay, Rob.
Because you said my name would change if I go somewhere because my name wouldn't be Rob there. But now you're saying that if he goes somewhere, that his name would still stay Kenny. But you said my name wouldn't be Rob somewhere else.
That's not what I said.
He said-
Yes, he did. Not this time. Last time he said that.
I didn't say that.
Not
last
today.
time either.
Yes,
He
you
just
did.
said
Yes,
if
you
I-
did.
If I go somewhere else,
Remember
They're gonna
you
call
said.
me
Remember he said if you build a house in a
Right.
in a day, they'll
Yes.
call you the builder.
Yes.
They wouldn't call you Kenny
right.
because
Yes.
your name would change because of where you are. Remember he
Right.
said that.
Yes.
But just now he just said that if you go different places, your name will stay Kenny. Now, am I misunderstanding something?
Yes, you
No,
are.
my
misunderstood.
name stays Kenny, but the way they call me is going
Right.
to change.
That's gonna change.
That's exactly what I said.
My
last
name is
time.
always going to be Kenny.
Right,
That's
right.
who I was.
Before
given at
he
birth.
said that it wouldn't stay Kenny. He said
No,
that it would
it's gonna-
change.
But that's
because
in
of the
other
people we-
countries. That's if you in
Right.
other places, it's
Right.
going to
Right.
change.
Yes.
If I go to Spain, it's no.
Your name's still
Even
gonna
though
be
my
Kenny.
name is Kenny,
If you go to
they
Spain and
go-
say my name is Kenny, they're gonna call you Kenny.
all right, but he was saying I'll still
That's
be
my
Kenny,
opinion.
but they might call me Kenito.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, but don't call me
exactly.
Kenny. My name is Kenny.
But they recognize him in his language.
But I
their
get what you guys are
culture.
saying. I get what you're saying, but it just seems like to me you said
All
two
right,
different
now be
things.
quiet. You know what we saying. Just be quiet.
It just seemed like you said
I
two
said
different
the
things.
same thing last time that I said this time. So the point that
Now
I'm
you kind of
is,
making it seem like you
is-
said that, but
I'm not making it seem like anything. It's exactly what I did.
no.
Kenny, you got four. You
I
got
know what
four
you said.
people. Well, I don't know about Matt. You got three people that are hearing exactly what I'm saying. And you're the
Yeah,
only,
but I'm
you're
talking
the
about what
only
you said
person
last
that's here.
time. What you said this
The
time is
same thing I
different.
said last time is the same thing I said.
Well, I
this time.
disagree. I disagree.
You,
What you
you've
said
been
before
doing
was
that
was
forever,
not-
so it don't matter.
What you said before was not. I don't
That's
agree.
nothing new that you disagree. That's nothing
Yeah,
new. to
I
me.
don't. I don't agree.
That's nothing new. So
Before you said
the
something
point
different.
that
Today
I'm
you
trying
say
to make
something.
here, that I
But
want
you always
everyone
do
to
that.
God be the glory. I just want you to understand, it's from culture to culture we're identifying.
Mhm.
It's identifying from culture to culture. So the name carries the power because you're identifying with the person from that culture through that cultural lens. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is why we get from Yehoshua to Yeshua. That's the same culture, but you're talking about two different periods of the culture.
So what culture is Yeshua?
That's the Hebrew culture.
Okay, so what culture is the Yeshua?
That's the Hebrew culture.
So they both Hebrew culture.
Two different periods, though.
Okay,
You see?
so his name changed because of the periods we're in now
Two
too.
different periods, yeah. And then you get Isu, right? Which is Aramaic, right? Which is older than the Hebrew, as a matter of fact. Aramaic is older than Hebrew,
Mhm.
right? Then you get Isus, which is the Greek, and we get Jesus, which is the Anglicized, what you call Americanized or Anglicized or the English version, right? So the name,
but that's
all the names
but that's
mean the same.
Spanish.
that's Jesus
Yeah,
in Spanish.
Jesus.
yeah, right.
Yeah, but they,
Jesus spells Jesus in Spanish.
no.
Jesus spells Jesus in Spanish.
It does spell
Yeah,
Jesus in
that's
Spanish, but I'm
Jesus.
talking about when I say no, I mean not original.
When you say no, you don't know
I'm
what you're
talking
saying.
about not original. Not original. Okay. In other
So
words,
you're saying English came before
Jesus
Spanish?
is not is Jesus.
Now you're
is-
trying to say English came before Spanish?
No,
Okay.
I'm telling you that Jesus is not an original name for Jesus. That's what I'm telling you. Jesus is not an original name for Jesus. So when we look at this thing,
So the name Jesus is the name Jesus is older than the name Jesus, is what you're saying.
you're talking about the pronunciation. You're talking
I'm
about
talking about the
dialect.
name Jesus. That name, Jesus, is older than the
Than
name
Jesus?
Jesus. Is what you're saying.
It very well may be. It very well may
Just
be.
getting clarity.
May very well be. And the reason why I
I
say
can't
that,
see how that's
there-
possible, but
yeah, I can understand because you feel like the Spanish language was around before the English language, right?
yes.
Okay, but where did the Spanish language come from? Research that. So what we do now is we move on. What we
Like
do
you-
now?
you
I'm
ask
just
where
saying.
stuff
I'll just
come
ask you a
from,
question,
like,
and you pause because you really don't know.
no,
And
gonna
I'm not
just
going to
blurt
put
out
you on the
something.
spot and let you say something that you really don't know. So research.
But he ain't
That's
gonna
why-
do that though.
that's-
He
that's
ain't
why
gonna
I
say
said
something he don't
That's
know.
why I said research.
Wants to know where the Spanish language comes from. That's what you want to know.
So you research that.
I will.
All right.
It's probably gonna say Germanic language, just like everything else
Somewhere
says.
in Europe.
Germanic.
Yeah, that's what everything else is. If you ask where English come from, it says it was a Germanic language. If you ask what's a Germanic language, it kind of don't
Coming
even
from
really
German.
specify. Yeah, but it kind of doesn't specify that. It's
You
came from
understand what I'm
Germany.
saying?
Yeah, so I'm
It's very
curious.
So now
confusing.
you're talking about linguistics.
Where the Spanish
That's what we're
start
talking
from.
about,
Now I'm
basically.
curious. Had to be Europe.
Spanish as a language, to the best of my understanding, started with the people of Spain. And there were various dialects of the language.
But who were the
itself.
original people of Spain?
Europeans.
No, the original people of Spain. The original people of Spain.
Europeans.
No, it was black.
Well,
The,
Talking about Moors?
the original people from Spain was
Moors
black.
came to Spain.
The original,
Yeah.
the Moors. Well, what do you call it? They founded Spain. All that stuff you see that's nice from Spain, the Moors did that.
So there was nobody in Spain before the Moors.
Now,
got
listen, I'm not going to say it wasn't nobody there. I'm not going to say that. But I am going to say that the Moors founded. Now, as a matter of fact, the Moors ruled Spain for like 700 years. The last one to rule in Spain, he ruled in. Oh man, I can't think of the name of it. Medina? No, not Medina. But anyway, he ruled until 1492. That was the last time that a Moor ruled in Spain. Was in 1492 when they got asked to leave during the Spanish Inquisition when they kicked the
J folks.
the other guys
Right.
out of Spain.
Right.
But they asked him to leave, from what I understand. But some writings said that they kicked him out too. But
all right,
but
so
anyway, but
we-
yeah,
I'll
but
research
the
that too.
Spanish, the
I'll
Spanish,
research that as well.
the first Spanish,
So we
the
can
first
all-
everything was the
you-
first Greeks were black
you-
the
you
first
talking about-
Indians
you-
were
you-
black.
You talking about
from India. They were black.
Well,
The first
scripture-
Chinese was black. The first Japanese was black.
It had to be the first people were black.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
of
all
course.
black at one time.
Of course.
Everybody was
Like
black at
everybody
one
else.
time.
Of course.
Kinda like
Matter of fact, let me
So if
go-
you want to say that all these languages was made up by black people, I wouldn't disagree with you if you said that. I would agree, because when they found the Caucasians up in the mountains, in the Caucasus Mountains, right? They weren't even speaking a language.
Okay, so
They weren't even speaking a language.
Genesis chapter
They had
11, verse
nothing.
1.
No religion, no nothing.
And this speaks to what we're talking about. And the whole earth, meaning everybody in the world, was one language,
Mhm.
one language, and one speech,
Mhm.
one speech. So that means that everybody looked the same pretty much and spoke the same, right? Pretty much. But as time went on, we know this thing called migration. We know this thing called dispersion. The dispersion happened. We know that's a fact. And when you went into one area and you broke off from that area that you came from, over time, the next generation developed their own language.
Oh, I
Sure.
thought God confused the languages.
Well, that's how he did it.
Oh, that's how he did it.
You shouldn't have said that.
through the
'Cause you
dis-
could have walked him into
through
the trap
dispersion,
and
through the dispersion.
you didn't want to do that. He's such a nice guy to them. He would have walked me right into that one.
No, because it's that you're talking about. I did say dispersion, right? Okay, so let's get down to that. And Jesus came and said and spake unto them, all power is given to me in heaven and earth. That's Mark chapter
What?
28, verse 18.
Oh, that's so nice.
I wasn't going to jump off the mountain because it's already incorporated in what the power is in the person of Jesus Christ. The name identifies the person, therefore the power is in the name.
This book is not
Now,
about history.
Watch this. This book is full of history.
This
watch
book
this.
is not about history.
Revelations 2:17 says
It's about a history, but not history.
I'm gonna deal with
It's
that.
about a
Let
history.
me-
Maybe the history of like Cain's family or something.
He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
That's
To
my
him that
opinion.
overcometh.
That's
to
my
him
opinion.
that overcometh. Remember, I said if you built a house in 24 hours, that would be what you do. That identifies you, right?
Yeah, but you said his name
Watch
wouldn't
this.
necessarily be Kenny
Watch
if he did that.
Check this out.
That's what you said
I
then.
said the power's in the
You
name.
need
Right?
to quit, Rob. Just quit.
The power in the name, right?
To
To him that overcometh will I
we
give
got
to-
the tape. It's on the tape.
Bro, let me finish.
We can run it back.
I will give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone's new name written. So when you overcome, God gives you a new name.
We overcome what?
When you overcome the adversity of life,
Okay.
God gives you a new name. And he says,
Okay. So I'm the little line. So
Which-
that makes sense.
no man knoweth, nobody knows, except for him that receives it.
I
Except
shouldn't
for
have told
the person
nobody.
that receives the name. Right.
Did God give you that new name?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
You said you little lion?
I told you that. I never said
What
that
language
on,
did he tell you that in? English?
in English. Yeah. But I wrote it on me in Arabic,
So-
just in case anybody tried to steal it. I could just use the Arabic. one.
If
I don't think
God
nobody would
told
do
you
that.
your name is Little Lion,
Mhm.
if God told you your name is Little Lion,
Was this before or after you stopped drinking?
It was after.
It was after you stopped drinking.
Yeah.
It sounds like it might have been during, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying. It's
Man, if I told you a story about life, you wouldn't believe it anyway.
no. Everybody has.
We ain't got time.
Everybody has a story in their
I
life.
said we ain't got time.
Everybody has a story in their life. But the point that I'm making is that the name identifies the individual. That's what I'm saying. So the person.
You know, there's a story that I talked when I was born. There's a story in my
That's
family
awesome. That's
that I talked
fantastic.
when I was born.
You came out. You said, "Give me my Bible."
So let me tell you this: like anything that like goes on with me, I wouldn't be surprised. Because I'm telling you, I'm a different-
There's
I'm a
story-
different kind of-
there's
I'm a
a
different
story
kind of
that,
species.
I got you.
that
I'm a different kind of species.
three wise men had asked old girl something about Jesus, and she told him, "Don't ask me, ask the baby."
Yeah, I've heard
And
that.
he said,
The Muslims say that.
Yeah, the Muslims
That's
say
what the Muslims say.
Yeah.
I don't think the Christians say that.
No, we
But
don't
I heard that from the Muslims.
So that means you're not the only one that was talking as a baby. So was Jesus. So you ain't special.
But let me give you an example of the Bible being
I'm in good company though.
historical.
Yeah. You in very good company.
In the scripture, it identifies with the Garden of Eden. You're familiar with that, right?
In the scripture, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is not an accurate depiction, but yes.
Are the places that it named in the scripture,
Mhm.
are they real places?
From what I understand, possible. It's
Where does it
possible.
say it's at?
It's
I'd
possible.
like to know that. Where does the Bible say?
It says something about some rivers or something like that.
Okay,
but-
time limits and all of that.
Let me up.
Would that
Yeah.
be
but
Iraq?
I can't.
Okay, so one of the rivers was called Pison, right? Pison, Pison.
Mhm.
All right, that
I've never
that-
been over there, so that I
that
can say.
incorporates that covers the whole land of Havilah, right? Where there's gold, Havilah, where there's gold, right?
Mm.
Does that still exist today?
Havilah. Well, I'm pretty sure the region that it was called back then still exists today.
And what is it called
Okay.
now?
I have the research there to let you know.
Okay.
All right. But I know one thing. That's a real river.
Okay.
I know another thing that
Euphrates.
gold is real. You know, Euphrates is in here. Gold is
Tigris and
real.
Euphrates. That's
We
where
know that
Egypt was.
bdellium is real. We know that onyx stone is real. Right?
So what's that got to do with what we're saying?
Because you're saying it's not a historical book. I'm trying to tell you.
No, it's
These-
definitely not historical.
these are
Well, it's a
historical-
book about
these are
our
historical-
history,
These are
but it's not a historical
places.
book. Because if you believe that that life on Earth started in the Garden of Eden
Mhm.
like 6,000 years ago,
No,
what?
no, that's miscalculation.
Okay, so
But it started
but,
with two people, though, right?
Yeah.
but how many years ago then? How many years ago?
Okay, modern biblical scholars don't hold that to 6,000 years ago. And-
Okay, how many years?
I'm telling you, they don't hold that to 6,000 years ago. They have not given a complete date on it, but they're talking about it goes back long before 6,000 years.
Okay, how many
I heard
years?
8.
How many
We're talking about at
years?
least about 1,000,000, something
I
more than
haven't
that.
heard that.
A million years for the Garden of Eden?
No, 1,000,000 years for human life.
Yeah, but I didn't ask you about human life. I asked you about the Garden of Eden.
Oh, the Garden
You
of Eden-
believe that human life started in the Garden of Eden, period.
No, it didn't start in the
Okay.
Garden of Eden.
Okay. Well, then we have nothing
The
to argue
Bible,
about.
the
then.
Bible doesn't tell you it started in the Garden of Eden.
Isn't that what he just said?
Well, you did
What
say
did he
that.
just say?
He
No.
said it started in the Bible. You said it this time. You said it started in the garden.
No, I said there's a garden, right?
So I was getting ready to ask you. This is how
I
you, I know
said
you
there's
said it
the
because I was
garden.
getting ready to ask you. Did it start with two people in that garden?
Oh no.
Right.
So
And you said,
let me tell you what I said. I said the Garden of Eden, right? Didn't I say that? I said that, right? The Garden of Eden.
Okay. So
Right.
What significance
And then I
does that
said that. there's
but I
real
just
pla-
asked you,
I
did
said
you
there's
start the
real
Garden of
place-
Eden? You said no.
Matt, I wish we could run it back. I said the Garden of Eden
Right,
is a
right.
real place, and there's real. You said yeah, but nobody knows where it said this. Right? Remember you said that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I said,
I remember
but the
everything I
places
said.
that describe it, the places that are around it. I just say that, right? I
Mhm.
said there's a river. Did I not say? Did I start reading it?
Man,
right?
explain what you're saying. And stop asking all
I'm
these
telling
questions.
you what I said. I never said that life started in the Garden of Eden. I never said that. I said the Garden of
didn't?
Eden because he said it was historical. It wasn't historical. I said it was. I said let's take the Garden of Eden. I said there's a river, right? You remember what I said? Now you remember?
I said life did not start in the Garden of Eden and
you didn't-
on Earth.
And you,
Life on Earth did not start in the Garden of Eden.
and you didn't hear me say yes or no to that. I said
You
let's
said-
take the Garden
He
of
said
Eden.
life. He think life started 1,000,000 years ago. So
In
that
the
would
Garden
put-
of Eden, he
That
said.
would put it way past the garden, way before.
What, so you don't believe it started in the Garden of Eden? I thought he said it started in the Garden of
Let me
Eden.
read the scripture. For
Maybe
you.
I'm not listening to that. Maybe I need to take some.
Let me
focus,
read. Let me
medication.
read the scripture for you. Because
What's it called? Ginkgo
listen.
biloba or something? Maybe I'm not focusing.
Yeah, that's
Flaxseed
it.
or something.
This is why modern day biblical scholars are not holding to 6,000 years.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
These
That's
are
why
the,
they're not holding.
these
to
are the
it.
generations.
Mhm.
This is all documented. It's all written in the word. These are the generations
It's documented in the Bible.
of the
yes.
heavens and the earth. We'll do it. And when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens.
Right.
These are the generations.
Right. So that's what they're talking about. They're talking about the generations from these people that they're talking about, which is like Cain and Abel and Adam and them. You know, that's the generation they're talking about to me.
No.
To me, that's what they're talking about.
No. This is what
That's my opinion.
I'm here to help.
My opinion
I'm here
is
to help, not to hurt.
you can't help me
Right?
with that because you
Look,
can't make sense out of what you're
every-
saying.
Well, if you listen and you take time to really open your mind and listen to what the scriptures say.
Yeah, but you ain't. I mean, we gave you a whole hour to make sense. And now go ahead.
Yeah, okay. And every plant of the field before it was in the
Another
earth,
hour.
and every
He's
herb of
almost
the
done.
field, listen, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for the Lord had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. So these are the generations. So before anything took root and formed and came up as trees and plants and herbs and fruit, it's telling you that there was a process of time. That's what the word generations here mean. It means process of time. Now, this is why modern day biblical scholars don't hold to the idea of the 6 days being exactly 6,000 years, because two reasons. Number one,
It does make sense.
scripture says that 1,000 years is like a day to God. It doesn't say it is a day to God. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like, you can compare it to. In other words, as a measure of time, it can
Was
be like
that
a
their
day.
opinion, or did they get the, how are they measuring that?
Well, a Jewish rabbi concluded that 1,000
We
years,
can definitely believe that. then.
right, 1,000 years might be.
Well, that's it. That's it.
Let me know when
That
you
does it.
finish. You
That's
done?
what my-
If you said that
Okay.
a Jewish rabbi
A
said
Jewish
it, hey, it
rabbi
got to be true.
concluded that 1,000 years, because the scripture said it's like a day, he concluded that it must be a day. But that's not what it says.
If a rabbi said it, it's
Scripture
got to be
says
true.
It's like a day. So the rabbi says 1,000
I'm
years is
sorry.
one day. So if God
Ron
created,
said it.
if God took 6 days to create all life, that means it's 6,000 years. And that's how we got to 6,000 years. That's how they
Okay.
cheated. The Jewish
Well,
scholars
that's not
taught it.
true either. But
Arabic
anyway.
scholars taught it because they picked
So,
up
they,
on
so
it.
you said it took 6,000 years to create this thing?
That's what the rabbi said.
And you agree with that? You believe that?
No, modern day biblical scholars such as myself, we don't ascribe to that because of the simple fact that you can't put a time limit on God.
Oh, okay.
You can't. We don't know if it's 6,000 years or 6 million.
But what about the pyramid the pyramids that are built? Who you think built the pyramids?
The Egyptians built the pyramid?
Well, you think they were people? You think they were people?
I think they were people.
So they were people that were on this earth.
Yeah, but they didn't build
Right.
it 6,000 years ago.
They
The
built it
Egyptians
way more
built
than
it
6,000 years ago.
60,000 years
Yeah.
ago.
The Egyptians.
So
built
if you're
the
saying
pyramid-
that the Bible is history,
yeah. So
it
if
can't be. It can't be.
if God took
It can't be.
6 million years to put everything together, does that fall in the timeline of the Egyptians?
6 million years, yeah.
Yeah, that's why modern
I
day.
can make up a
That's why
number.
modern day
I can
biblical
make up a
scholars.
number. I can say
Listen,
it was
listen.
10 million years.
That's why modern day biblical scholars don't hold to the 6,000 year teaching, because the Jewish rabbi concluded that 1,000 years must be one day.
I thought the 6,000 years was 6,000 years from today. That's when
That
when all
supposedly, yes,
happened.
that's a fact.
I didn't
Yes.
know it took 6,000 years.
I don't
for
know
God to-
where he got that
created.
from, but
I thought we was just going back 6,000 years.
Yeah, you're going back.
to the beginning.
Yeah, you're going back
In the
6,000
beginning.
years. Yeah,
So in the beginning,
that's what the
from that
Jewish
book-
rabbi concluded
That book says in the beginning, right?
in the beginning,
That was supposed to be 6,000 years ago.
according to the Jewish rabbi.
In that book,
He
in
just
the
according to the
beginning
Jewish
was
rabbi.
in the beginning of their story. It wasn't in the beginning of time.
Right.
It was in the beginning
of this
that
particular story.
No,
Yes.
in the beginning.
They're
of
telling
that
a story about a people in this Bible.
And this is where y'all.
And it's
going.
the
This-
generations of Cain and his people. That's it. To me, that's my opinion.
Okay.
I got a major question.
In the
Ask
beginning,
My major question is, that Bible's 6,000 years old, right?
why you keep saying 6,000?
Okay.
Didn't I just say it was a Jewish rabbi that put that conclusion up there?
But I thought you
Once
said
you
you
say
said
that, that's like almost saying, you know,
but y'all believe in the Jewish rabbi then.
we was only. I was being
I was being
sarcastic.
facetious.
I was being
Well, I'm
sarcastic.
just saying you keep using the 6,000.
gotta
years.
believe
I was being
Y'all must
sarcastic.
obviously believe
must
it.
believe.
all right.
I was being sarcastic. I'm going
That's
from the
what I'm saying.
timeline that
If
they
y'all
told.
still
They always
using
told
it,
us.
even in your example,
We made a
They always
I
told-
got to believe the 6,000.
last week.
Matt, we good on time?
Yeah, we know. We over.
We made a concession that this book was a remix of a remix from a remix from a remix, right?
Yes.
So where is the original? Where who?
It's
Why are we studying the
incorporated.
original?
Don't make nobody lie.
because
Don't
it's
make nobody lie.
incorporated in here.
All right, so
All right,
again,
so-
with the remix of the remix of the remix, aren't we studying the watered down version at this point? The very watered
The
down.
watered down version that you guys call watered down.
You got.
It
He
has to
said
be
that. I
watered
didn't
down.
say
If
that.
it's from
Okay,
a
so
translation
listen.
from a. First of all, it was translated and stolen at different times.
Okay. So
So it was
you keep
misrepresented
saying
plenty of
stolen.
times.
I'll agree with the hijack part, but I'm gonna tell you like this: if God is telling you from one man came all nations in this word, do you believe that?
Impossible genetically. Genetically, all people can't come from one or two people. All these people on this planet can't come from two people. Genetically impossible.
You say that's genetically impossible.
A definite impossibility. Because by the second or third generation, they would have cyclopses and retards and all kinds of things. Excuse my language, but we would
You said
have
retard.
Well, you would have
deformities.
deformities,
And we don't have that.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be
Yeah,
abnormal.
we have that, but we don't have it in the. Everybody ain't like that.
Oh, you're saying everybody would have been that at
Everybody
some,
would
at some
have-
point?
Yeah, of course.
Let's-
But
No,
if the
man.
second generation,
Yo, that's his opinion. Why can't he have
if
this
the
opinion?
second generation,
Stop sticking up for your
all
cousin.
right.
Just let him
Everybody
talk.
else can have their
first two
opinion.
people-
Why my
the
cousin
first-
can't talk?
The first
First
say
two
wasn't
people-
his opinion.
Right.
Just let's
We
say
ain't never
they
said
had
that.
100 kids. Okay, they would have had to at least start off.
Let me
first
do
two
this
would have to
easy
start
way.
off with at least 50 to 100 kids themselves.
5200.
Let's be the name of
It would
the
have
first
to
two.
be.
Okay, so
Right? And then to make it work, you would have to. The oldest ones would have to make with the youngest ones.
how
Kinda
far does your
separate-
family go back?
How far does my family go back? Oof, that's a tough question.
It is.
Mm-hmm. But what do you know that you know of? How far can you count back for your family?
Can you go back
Maybe
to
1700s in Virginia.
1700s in Virginia. Okay.
18.
Now you know your family came from somewhere else.
Oh yes,
Your father and
Absolutely.
your mother probably came from two different places, right?
most likely.
So you ever heard of the out of Africa migration story?
Yes.
Y'all heard of that, right? Okay, so if you have one of my family members had 20 kids, and another one of my uncles had 20, and another one of my uncles had, I believe, it was 18 kids.
Are you speaking like seriously, or are you just saying for example?
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
That really, really
Wow.
my family.
You got some
So that's
a lot of people in your
that's
family, man. That's
38
good.
kids between just two men,
God.
right?
Mhm.
Those two men came from the same mother and father,
Right.
right? So if you look
One
at it,
woman, they each had one woman.
yeah, one wife, yeah, both of them.
Good Lord.
So when you look at that,
Those
Some
are tough
kids is
folks.
not intertwining and making kids with each other.
but you're about to see what I'm talking about. So that one area that they were at, right? 20 kids, 18 kids, that covered that whole, pretty much that whole area, that whole city that they was in. They started spreading out, started moving out, right? So over the course of time, the family, they lost contact with each other. They doing, you know how we grow apart, right? But they started having their own kids, right? Right. So those kids had kids, and those kids had kids. Now let me break off from that because we don't do the whole hillbilly thing. So what happened was,
Are you saying some of
over
them
the
hooked up
course-
with each other?
over the
Can't-
course of time,
you can't not.
kids that didn't know they were related were connecting
And having
and-
kids.
and having kids.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what basically what the out of Africa story is about. It started with life in Africa.
Well, he explained that
Two
very
people.
good. He explained
Yeah,
that.
but it's
two
still
people
impossible for two
had
people
kids,
to
they left,
spawn
migrated.
3 billion.
They produced in those areas. Some of them returned and they started producing there. And then they left, they migrated, and the people that was migrated already over here had more kids, and their kids had kids, and the ones that came, the third group of people that migrated to this area. And so you started having all of this interaction, intermingling. And over the course of time, we started developing different characteristics, put it that way. Different people do different things because they're from different places. Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that true?
See, this is why the Anunnaki
Speaks
story
different.
makes so much more sense, because they talk about genetics. They talk about why people are this color and that color, why they was on this part of the earth. It's more. It makes more sense, and it's an older story, you know. So
It's the oldest story because
and this story comes from that.
that's incorporated in this story. However,
The story comes from that.
However, the Anunnaki story. How much have you really studied that?
I'm this much in. I'm this
Okay.
much in.
Okay, go
And I
further.
got a long way to go.
Yes,
'Cause there's a lot out there.
yes. When
There's
you,
a lot
when
out
you-
there.
just don't stick with anything else but that. Don't stick with anything else but that. But I'm gonna spoil it a little bit for you, a little bit. Go ahead. You know how we do things in today's society? When you have people that are what's called quote unquote storytellers.
Mhm.
Looking to see, check that out, research that. Did they have storytellers in the Sumerian in the Sumerian society? Look into
Yeah,
that.
of course, they had storytellers.
You can say
Storytellers
that.
wrote the whole
You can say
Bible.
you can say that, but I want you to look into it because I want you to see the stories that they told.
The thing is, at least they told the stories. They put their name on it. So, all right, John Smith said this. You know what I mean? Rodney Moore said this. Was though this Bible, we have no clue who wrote nothing in there.
Yeah, you do.
There's no authors. There's no
Yeah,
nothing.
they are.
No, there's not.
Yes, they are.
Who's proven to have written anything in there?
A lot of people have proven
Nobody.
something here.
Nobody.
Let me go into the. All right, so
Nobody's been certified that Paul wrote this.
They still ain't found Paul.
of course, you don't think Paul wrote his own letters? You don't think? Oh,
No.
Okay.
No, because they was written hundreds of years after he was gone.
Oh my goodness.
It ain't like they found them.
Okay. Okay.
They wrote them.
So
That's why it's
How-
the word
so you know-
according to.
so you know the word. You know the words.
Why is everything according to?
You know the words that's written on the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna talk about the according to real quick, so I'm gonna get out of here with that. The Dead Sea Scrolls, how old are they? How far do they go back?
They go back 9,000-10,000 years, 12,000 years.
Okay, but you know they were written.
Right. They don't go back to 6,000 year period.
You're
They
just,
go
make,
back
you're
like
just
12.
making my case.
Okay.
You're just making my case. These are the generations. That's what the
Right.
Bible says. These are the generations.
So why
You're
we don't
making
go
my
with
case.
the Dead Sea
Yeah, but the
Scrolls?
Dead Sea Scrolls,
But the Dead
everything
Sea
in the
Scrolls
Bible
were-
ain't in the
were
Dead Sea
compiled-
Scrolls.
This was compiled from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
No, that's not
It
true.
was taken. Some of
That's
it
not
was
true.
taken.
Some of the stuff that's in this Bible is from the Dead Sea Scrolls, but not all of it. All of this Bible is not from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
No.
That's not true. There's only a
Did you
few
just hear me
things.
say all of it is
There's just a few
or did I
things
say
in
that it was
here.
taken from-
There's just a few books in
What did I
here
say, Rob?
that's actually
What did I
is with the
say?
Dead Sea Scroll.
What did I say?
I'm just saying that
Revelations came from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
What did I
there's
say?
just a few books in this Bible
And what are they?
that came from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
And
I
what
can't
are-
tell you
what are-
exactly. But I
Luke, Revelations.
I remember some of them, but I can't tell you every one of them.
Okay, so
But it ain't that many that I recall. There's not a whole heck of a lot of
Let me
them.
ask you a question. Because you can't recall how many it is.
Mhm. I can look it
it's-
up for you though, and I
Yeah,
can
well,
come back with the word.
Come back and look,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
it up.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
back and
Oh,
bring the
yeah.
information.
For sure I can do
I guess we gonna continue this next week.
All right.
Yeah, because we got to go
because
because we already said we over like 5 minutes ago, so we're 5
And
minutes
we
after that.
we don't over because you're so combative.
Why am I
You're
combative?
so combative, brother. I was like, yo, we spent how many minutes did we spend on
Nah,
what
because
I
you-
said
I-
that you thought
may-
I
maybe-
said that I didn't say?
But you did say that the last
Yeah.
time,
I mean,
but
how
then you
long did we
switched it.
spend on that?
We ain't
You
switching.
said that last time, but then you said something else
I
this
did
time.
You
not.
confused,
I was-
Rob. You confused.
Rob, you
on that
definitely-
note, listen,
Yeah, okay.
listen, everybody, we just thank you for
Yeah, we might have to
And
change
yeah,
that
comment.
name.
Y'all never
We
comment.
might
Drop
have to
some
change that
comments.
name, Little Lion. We might have to change that.
You can't change it.
We got to.
You can't change it.
Oh, man.
It's a
I
servant
think
that
we
said
just
It's written in
We
stone.
can keep the
all right,
pronunciation
so I'm
the
trying to
same.
close out. How about that?
Maybe if we
Listen.
show in Clark, then you can change his name.
Uh,
You can change the location.
What?
I said if you do the show in Clark, we can change
Change his
his
name.
Shit.
No, I'm thinking.
That's what he said before.
What we do is
So now that-
we'll keep the name
now
the
they say
same.
I'm
We
confused,
just
but that's-
change how we just keep the
You can just call me
pronunciation
Al-Assad
the
Al
same,
Sagir.
and we just change how you spell
Here,
about
this
that?
is different. This is
Instead of little lion,
Al-Assad Al Sagir.
Lion, we'll say little lion. Lyin.
Yeah, we can change that. But anyway,
I'm kidding with you, brother. I'm just
You thought I took that serious?
listen,
No, I know.
that's it for us. And open up forum, man. I'm here. I'm Sean Wilson, Ronald McConaughey, Rob, the Little Lion,
The little lion.
and then we got Kenny, our special guest, who's probably gonna return
Kenny
because
Handy. Now, I
there's-
was hoping we could finish this today.
Kenny Handy, but I knew
We're
we
going
was
to
gonna
definitely finish it next time.
I knew we was gonna finish today.
I was really hoping we
But
could.
I just thank y'all for coming out and
Yeah, I
just
do appreciate you.
discussing what we believe and everything, because everybody believes something. but-
If you let me say this, if you don't believe in something,
Mhm.
you can fall prey to anything
That's true.
because you got to have something to stand on.
Mhm.
And I was trying to you met some of the people
supposed to
that-
believe in yourself.
you met some of
Yeah.
the people that I talked to that prepare me for these conversations.
Mhm.
You know one of them in particular that's struggling with the word believe.
Oh yeah.
And I was shocked to find out that there's a couple of 100,000 people right here in America that's struggling with understanding what it means to believe.
Mhm.
That's crazy. Go ahead.
And I do agree. You do believe in yourself, but there is always a spiritual aspect
Yes.
to
Must be.
to
Even Native Americans.
because
know that.
I think as men sometimes we just can't do it by ourselves. And the spiritual side of that, we could rely on because we know there is a God, there is a creator, and we always can rely on him
Yeah.
because he never leaves us nor forsake us. I think that's the basis of our spiritual belief.
I agree, 100%.
So in that's what we believe in because
But I believe
there's
myself too.
there's a father there's a father that we all have and we rely on. And regardless if we believe him or not, because he still loves us
Yes,
all
he
the same.
does. Yes, he does.
So on that note, okay, you want to say something?
No.
Can you burn it
Oh,
up?
that- no, yeah, 'cause
next
they-
week.
Can you want to say how
Next
about the
week, next week.
Cowboys?
But all I'm saying, yeah, you want to talk about the Cowboys.
Okay, well, I
And
thought we
they
were going to
did-
get through
they
the show
did
without
win, but look.
hearing anything about
But
Cowboys.
look, Cowboys stink. But
What?
They got two
but they
games
did have
off.
a nice victory.
All right, yo, it's
I
time
ain't
to
gonna
go.
lie.
Let's wrap it up.
I ain't gonna lie. But if you like the content that we have, please subscribe and then make comments because we are anxious to hear from you. So from us to y'all, open the forum. We out.
Peace.
Everybody said peace. All right. You know what's funny?